I just watched the trailer for Star Wars Acolyte, and it is something that intrigues me because it's different. It's a Star Wars murder mystery. It's something we haven't seen before in Star Wars, and it's something that I am interested to watch. I will be watching day one because the problem I'm having with Star Wars lately is kind of a bit of oversaturation. Star Wars used to feel special. Star Wars used to be an event. Star Wars kind of lost a little bit of its shine with Disney Plus, same with the MCU as a whole. It's too much, too frequent. You can kind of pick and choose. Where before, even if I didn't know the characters for Star Wars, Marvel, or anything in between that Disney is putting out, I would be going to the theaters to watch it. But because of the age of streaming and technology, you kind of oversaturate, you make stuff to sell toys, it is what it is. Disney wants to milk that cash cow for all it's worth. That being said, the Star Wars trailer looks different. It looks fresh. It's set in the High Republic 500 years before the Skywalkers and all their infinite bullshit, which this is when Disney's at its best with Star Wars. It's its own thing. It's its own stories in the Star Wars universe. That's what they started doing with Mandalorian, and then they kind of fell off once they hit Book of Boba Fett, Season 2, Season 3, stuff like that, where they started to intertwine lore. And don't get me wrong, Mandalorian was awesome, especially with the Luke Skywalker scene in 2. I didn't know I needed that in my life. Spoiler, sorry. Book of Boba Fett was kind of annoying because if you didn't watch Book of Boba Fett, when you got to Mandalorian Season 3, though, there's a big cliffhanger ending with Grogu, Baby Yoda. And if you didn't watch a sideshow, you wouldn't know the answer to that show, which I think is kind of annoying. But again, this is Star Wars and Marvel as a whole. You miss one, you miss everything. So it is what it is. But going back to the Acolyte, Star Wars Acolyte is a murder mystery. There's a Sith, inferred or implied, whatever you want to call it, Sith hunting down Jedis. That is perfect. That is what I need. I want something different. I want an original story. I want a fresh story. I want something to make me intrigued about Star Wars again because it kind of lost a bit of its luster with the age of streaming, and it's nice to see it come back. They didn't give you too much in the trailer. They didn't really give you even who the villain is. They kind of inferred you know it from lore or canon or something because of they keep showing a shadowy figure and a red lightsaber. So it could be someone from one of the books, could be someone from that we've heard about in a game or a movie or something. I don't know. I don't really care. I am kind of hyped to see a Star Wars with a Scooby-Doo reveal where it's like you rip the Sith cloak off and it's like, oh, it's him. But as long as it's not Palpatine, don't let it be Palpatine. Other than that, kudos Disney. You got all my attention. And also at the end of the trailer, besides the Jedi Wookiee, which thank you, you see a bunch of yellow lightsabers in the fray. So it's nice to see yellow lightsabers too. It's nice to see them expanding the lore a little bit instead of just here's everything in this 9-movie arc timeline, because that's what everything's really been up to this point. So the High Republic being set so far away from everything where they have the freedom to finally craft a story and do their own thing, because as much as I love Mandalorian, that wasn't in that vein because it was still set after Return of the Jedi, before Force Awakens, so it still has to follow some of the canon, some of the rules. So it's nice to see them being able to be free and just craft a story, because that, like I said before, is when Disney's at its best. So I'm hyped. I liked it. I liked what I saw. I wish I saw a little bit more, but it gave me just enough to have me watching in June. So let me know what you think, guys. Tell your friends, tell your enemies. Keep giving me feedback, whatever it is. Hit that like, share, subscribe, all the normal YouTube jargon. And I'll talk to you later. Have a good one.